Why am I doing this?
Just hold it.
This is Almost Live. I'm Joe Michaels, the official voice of King 5 Television.
Excuse me.
And now, here he is.
Wait, I'm the announcer for Almost Live.
Yeah, well, things have changed around here, pal.
I've been the announcer ever since the show started.
Look, you are breaking my heart.
It's kind of a tough way to find out, you know.
Yeah, well, it's a tough business.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And now, here he is.
I'll be back.
Well, thank you. Good evening. It's a real significant time here in Seattle. Last week, Mayor Rice convened his Education Summit. Parents, teachers, administrators got together to talk about how to improve the Seattle public school system. And one thing is for sure, they're going to get tough on discipline. A new rule: all guns and holsters must be tucked in. Students with beepers and cellular phones have to turn them off during tests. And beating up another kid for his tennis shoes gets you an automatic fail in citizenship class. So, those are great ideas, but to make this work, the students have to get involved. And it so happens that the students in Seattle got together a list of suggestions that is, on how to improve the schools. Now, for example, the students suggest use Lamborghinis in driver's ed. All right. Let only normal kids in normal clothes be on the AV team. School buses should have big subwoofers. Use the Hendrix version of the national anthem before games. A popular suggestion, right? Serve wiener winks in long, narrow buns and call them hot dogs. Allow 3 excused bad zit absences per semester. And finally, no showering next to be fine, upstanding citizens, much like Almost Live's own fine, upstanding defender of truth, justice, and strange fitness activities. Ladies and gentlemen, stand by for Speedwalker.
Jeff Bimmel, reporter for the Daily Dealer. Today's assignment: fish. What better place to start than Seattle's Pike Place Market? It seemed routine, but there was something fishy in the air.
Yes, it's Speedwalker, a physically fit superhero who fights crime while maintaining strict adherence to the regulations of the International Racewalking Association. Heel toe, Speedwalker!
Je préfère le monde. Et vous, punk?
Got the blues, punk?
He gave me the slip. I'll have to go by land.
not taking the scenic route.
Okay, stay with us. We'll be right back with comedian Diane Ford. Okay, we're back. Well, my first guest is one of the top comedians in the country today. You may have seen her on her comedy special, One Night Stand with Diane Ford, which was featured on HBO all this week. Or perhaps you've heard her hit comedy album, Women of the Night. She'll be playing at Swanee's Comedy Underground through Sunday with fellow comedian Cat Simmons. Please welcome Diane Ford.
How y'all doing? Hi. Oh, swell. I've been in better moods because I just had a fight with my boyfriend. I think men are boring to fight with because they don't know how. They don't. They're so annoying. They insist on sticking to a subject. Gross. I go, listen, buddy, if you're not prepared to discuss every relationship you had before we met, don't get me started. We don't really agree on too much of anything. Like, I love to shop. I love to shop. You like to shop, women? Generally love to shop? Yeah, women do. We love to, my friends and I go marathon gang shopping. We shop. Men, they don't particularly get it, you know? They don't like to shop. They just like to sit in those little chairs and look ticked at us. I think they make those chairs little and frilly and dainty just so men look really stupid sitting in them, too. You know, their little behinds start to hurt, and they get that attitude going for them, you know. Then they can't help themselves. They start saying things to you like, I don't know what was wrong with what you were wearing. You come in here, you look just fine to me. Want to get those pants? Let's get them then. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Men don't understand how to seduce us. All they ever have to do is walk up behind us and whisper in our ear, 75% off. We stop like a deer in headlights. Yeah, because the truth of the matter is, it's hard to find a man that makes you feel as good as a sale. Just hard, not impossible. I think men hate to shop so much because once they put something on, they get very attached to it emotionally. Their clothing represents different times in their lives. If you want a man to stop wearing a favorite piece of clothing, you almost have to burn it or bury it to get it away from him. If it's anywhere in the house, he's going to find it and put it back on. He's going to say something to you, too, like, but honey, I caught a 10-pound bass in that shirt. My mom once caught my dad in a pair of boxer shorts she'd been using for dusting for 3 years. She wouldn't have caught him, but he smelled like lemon pledge. Kind of a trade-off, though, because when he dropped his pants, she could see her reflection. The worst thing clothing-wise for women to shop for is bathing suits. We've got children in the mall crying right now. You get in there and shut that door, I'll bring you something. Something with a turtleneck on it or something. I don't know why we all can't be shaped like the 18-year-old boys they designed those suits for. Personally, I think they searched the whole planet to find elastic that will fall apart just as soon as you hit water. I was doing this side stroke in this pool. My left hooter was floating alongside next to me. I thought everybody was pointing at me because I'm such a good swimmer. That one mouthy kid on the side of the pool, lady, what's that? Well, it's a pool toy. A flotation device. Oh, yeah, it needs air. Changed that much throughout the years. They either have those tight trunks or those loose trunks. Do you ever notice how some men's trunks are a little too loose, and when they sit down, part of them kind of scooches out the leg there? And you're going, hey, Uncle Ed. Don't you have a net for that or something? Like, I've got to look at that. Sometimes men wear those little tiny French bikini bathing suits. These were never a good idea. Usually that water is cold. Now they have a new bathing suit out for women called a thong bathing suit. Have you seen this thing? Ew. Has that one thin strap right up the middle in the back there. Oh, please. I spend my whole life trying to keep my underwear out of there. A friend of mine's little girl just turned 5 years old. I asked her what she wanted for her birthday, and she said, Barbie doll clothes, Aunt Diane. So I went shopping for Barbie doll clothes. That Barbie doll is the most amazing doll when you think about it. 30 years old, still single, and never been pregnant. Must be that airtight plastic box she comes in. I was thinking about it. I thought I'd like to design a more realistic Barbie doll series. I want to design the saggy, booby, bloated, bitchy Barbie doll series. A little doll so full of water you can't get her rings or shoes off. And she'll be sitting there on the shelf right next to Beer Belly Ken. Comes with his own little remote control. Thank you very much.
That's great. Thank you, Diane. Allow me.
All right.
That was great.
Thank you.
Now, I know you come up here to Seattle a lot.
Do you have more hair than the last time I was on?
Yeah, I'm working on, I'm rubbing the minoxidil on, it seems
nice.
to, yeah. It's advancing.
Kind of growing up there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for noticing.
No problem.
Yeah, I thought you wouldn't notice. Yeah. I know you come up to our fair city a lot. Do you like it in Seattle?
I love Seattle, but it's okay. I'm not going to move here or anything.
Well, thank you. But
Just
hey,
visiting. It was that form they made you sign, and then they made me leave some of my relatives at the border.
That's
so
right.
I'm leaving it.
We got to be careful. But hey, listen, I understand also you've had a little trouble. I understand you just recently went through a second divorce.
Yes, I did. I'm divorced twice now.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm going to be the Zsa Zsa Gabor of comedians. I think eventually I'll only slap policemen when I need excitement. No.
Okay. Well, listen, Diane, come back anytime. You can
Thanks.
slap policemen up here, and we'd love
leave.
to have you.
Yeah.
And then leave.
And
Yeah.
then leave.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. We'll be right back.
Studio amplification for Almost Live provided by American Music.
And now it's time for the further adventures of Spaceman Doug! Hi, kids. Spaceman Doug here. Before we get to today's episode, our lawyers have asked me to pass on a couple of disclaimers. First, kids, remember, most of you don't have the brains or the guts to qualify for the space program when you grow up, so don't go fooling yourselves. Also, remember, Spaceman Doug's voyage is not an allegory for drug use. Now, on with our show.
Take that.
For calling the planet Aruha a stinking little cesspool. Is Spaceman Doug dead? Let's find out.
Is he dead?
No, I'm fine. Can't you pasty heads take a little joke?
We are sorry, Spaceman Doug. Actually, we are among the most peaceful people in the universe.
Oh, I bet you are, yeah.
There is just something about you that makes us want to kill you.
I wonder what that could be. Hey, you guys ever considered using a little less sunblock, possibly?
Easy now. Easy,
Hey,
easy.
what are these things on top of your head anyway? I've been looking at those.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Just ignore it.
Oh, sorry. Boy, I bet that smarts, doesn't it, huh?
May I shoot him now?
Why not?
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that Michael Jackson over there?
Where?
Where?
Yep, I think he's over there. Mm-hmm.
Where?
After him!
Hi, kids. Spaceman Doug here. Have you noticed how fat your mom and dad have gotten lately? Do you want to look like that when you grow up? Then you better start snacking smarter, starting with Spaceman Doug's own Diet Star Socks, the only candy nutritionally designed for the special needs of a kid's growing body. And think about your future, boys and girls. Why, studies show that if 2 job applicants are equally qualified, 2 times out of 3, that job's going to go to the person whose weight is more proportionate to his height. Now, back to our exciting conclusion of Spaceman Doug.
Well, if it isn't the personality twins, I've been looking all over for you two.
Lays him.
Is he dead?
Is Spaceman Doug dead? Find out next week on the further adventures of Spaceman Doug!
Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. Federal Way residents are petitioning to change the name of their city. Alternate names proposed so far include My God, What Have We Done? And Mercer Island. Microsoft plans Yakima. It's going to wreak havoc on the tourist trade. Cortez Kennedy is the Seahawks' 300-pound lineman. He says he's not a big eater, he's just a big man. My feeling is, whatever you say, Mr. Kennedy. A recent poll indicates that people across the state feel the most important issues today are environment and crime. On Mercer Island, the top 2 concerns were tainted Perrier and gardeners who listen to rap music. An environmentalist called the president of Exxon pig-headed. The company's spokesman objected to that description, saying he's actually jowl-faced and crotchety. Robert Fulgham, author of All I Need to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten, and It Was on Fire When I Lay Down on It, has just published a new book of his folksy philosophy. This one is titled, Life's a Bitch and Then You Die. Finally, the Mariner Moose's real identity came to light this week when it was revealed that the moose is actually former Washington State Governor Dixie Lee Ray. This has been the John Report.
May I help you?
Yeah, what was that thing that your mother had?
I believe Mother had the yellow tail.
Her mother had this. It was. Did she like it?
Oh, Mother loved it.
Mother?
Can we have that? Her mother really liked it.
Mother. 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 Here's your order.
Psycho Sushi, where every day is Mother's Day.
Well, we're just about out of time. I would like to thank my guest, Diane Ford, and I would like to tell you that coming up next week, we're going to have another episode of the very popular Ineffectual Middle Management Suck-Ups, so tune in. Also, the crew would like to say goodbye to Mike Boydston, who has been the Almost Live photographer for the last 6 years. Mike photographed Billy Kwan, Speedwalker, Ballard Vice, all your favorites, right? Let's say bye, Mike. Everybody say bye, Mike. Bye, Mike. And we'll see you next week.
Promotional consideration for Almost Live provided by Pizzeria Pagliacci, featuring traditional and gourmet pizza by the slice. Pizzeria Pagliacci, rated Seattle's best pizza. Promotional consideration also provided by your local Coca-Cola bottler.